And now, another episode of Dr. Jerry Jones, MD.
Yahoo! Dr. Jerry Jones, MD!
A highly advanced lethal dose of poison and a coma.
You must save the Prime Minister's life. He has to sign a treaty in 5 minutes, or nuclear war is gonna doom us all.
It's never been done before. It's never been tried before. Until today. Chicken implant. Here we go. Yeah. Stand by, boy. We're going in.
Jerry!
Oh, hey.
What the hell are you doing? You're making his back worse.
Just trying to help. Just trying to help. Can't go back in.
Sorry, kid. Dr. Jerry's orders.
Yeah. Oh, I can't do this. There you go. Oh, Dr. Jones, you saved the day again here. Hey, time for the fourth quarter. Oh, and the box score. Start right now.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Howard Collins for box score.
Hello and welcome to the Box Score. I'm Brock in Los Angeles. They are the Danettes in Milford, Connecticut. Guys, fresh off a wacky weekend of football, both in college and the NFL. One of the big stories is the injury to Cowboys quarterback Tony Romo with a broken collarbone. McLovin with the Eagles and the Giants struggling. Who's now the favorite in the NFC East?
See, I think it's still the Cowboys because I think the Eagles are a disaster. The Giants just can't win. The Redskins got lucky because they played the Rams after the Rams played the Seahawks, so they couldn't show up. And they don't have any offense. So I still think it's the Cowboys.
You know, I go back to whenever I have days like this where a team sucks and the Eagles are awful. I go back to when the year the Ravens won the Super Bowl. They went 5 weeks without an offensive touchdown, and 2 months later they won the Super Bowl. You know.
So you want to bet that you like the Eagles?
No, I don't. But what I mean is I don't call anybody dead after 2 games. Like the Seahawks last year were 1-2. And, you know, it's just September always has to play out. And then we look back at September, and if the Eagles win the next 3 in a row, do they still suck?
Well, that'd be shocking if they were.
Right, but if they do, they can't suck now and be a sucky team and win 3 in a row and still suck because they're the same members of the team.
Play, did you have any friends growing up? Or
No, not a lot.
Well, on to college football, if we may. There were a pair of upsets and, of course, a lackluster performance by a defending champion. Apologies to our cameraman. Fritzy, let me ask you this. Which fan base should be the most worried? OSU fans, Bama fans, or USC?
Ooh, I'm going to say Alabama. That's tough. Not so much USC, even though that's the game against Stanford. That's tough to lose to a Stanford team that only got 2 field goals against Northwestern to start the season. But Alabama, maybe I'm buying into Pat Forty and some of the columns and things that have been written about the dynasty's over and supposedly Saban can get any player he wants. So why are they struggling with quarterbacks and kickers and secondary? They don't have the right guys anymore. What's going on with them? Ohio State obviously has QB issues as well as to who to start. But the fact that they left 10 minutes with 10 minutes left in the game at Bryant-Denny Stadium and they're giving up on their beloved Crimson Tide, I think that's pretty scary for Alabama.
Ooh. Wow, the hammer. Well, there is a lot of pressure associated with that job, and Nick Saban has come into some questions. Dan asked Paul Feinbaum of the SEC Network, will we see Saban on College Game Day sometime soon?
That's what the speculation has been, that he, it's been written about, and Richard Deitch mentioned it, other people have said that that's the next progression, to leave Alabama to go into television. I don't buy that at all. I think he'll either stay at Alabama or find something else. I mean, some of his friends say what he would really like to do, as opposed to being czar of college football, he mentioned that to me as well, would be to run an NFL team in terms of player personnel. I don't know if that's in his. He's not going to coach again. I just don't see that happening.
You know, McLovin and I were chatting about this a little bit, and I still think that Nick Saban is in play for the Dallas Cowboys someday. When you've gone from being the face of college football, it's very hard to go up. What's he going to take, the Illinois job? What's he going to go over and coach Maryland?
Well,
there's nothing college.
The one thing is Texas will open up again.
Texas will open up again, but I think he was spurned by them. They had a chance. I believe that, like Paul Feinbaum says, they had a chance. If you said the Dallas Cowboys will say you are in charge of player personnel and coaching, both, not one or the other, because that's Jerry Jones never given that up.
Although, that being said, Jason Garrett's 2-0.
2-0.
But
Yeah.
he still has that blemish on his record that he didn't make it in the
Jason
NFL.
Garrett's got a lot more 8-8 seasons than he does.
I think, there are a lot of other. Philly could open up. Chip Kelly could go down to Texas, or Chip Kelly could go to
Once you
Alabama.
come to that, Philly and Dallas is the same.
Not at all. I mean, Dallas is a national franchise, like Alabama football has become and still is. And I just can't think. It's like going to coach JV when Alabama to the Philadelphia Eagles is a step down.
Yeah, I'm not sure Dallas is going to be open, guys.
It is if he says he's interested. That's how it works. It doesn't.
Yeah, I still think Jerry likes to be the GM, and I think he likes Garrett.
You know what? I bet Jerry likes even more is probably winning another title in this millennium.
I don't know. All signs indicate he likes being GM.
Is a way to do that. I mean, he's unproven.
Actually, all points to Jerry liking being GM more than anything.
You want to
in
make
the
a
world.
splash show? Invite him. The last time Jerry Jones won a title was over 22 years ago. It's not even close, right?
Listen, I know that, but he thinks he's the best GM on the planet.
Yeah.
There's a lot of documentation about that.
Maybe it's me as a producer. If Nick Saban can somehow go to the Dallas Cowboys, I would chip in on that from a producer standpoint.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, two things Jerry Jones like. He likes Super Bowl rings and he likes bar mitzvahs, I'm sure. Fritzy, you attended your nephew's bar mitzvah this weekend with a bunch of ESPN luminaries. What notes did you take from your nephew's bar mitzvah that you might use at Jordan's?
Wasn't so much notes. They had good food. It was good to see some of the former ESPN people. They did a nice video with different pictures and things of that nature.
That was your best of the weekend, right?
That was my best of the weekend. It was a really special, once in a lifetime moment seeing the nephew. But as far as taking things away, we've been planning this out for so many months. It's all and when we really are really excited about every little detail from flowers to balloons to just the order of events of the evening. As wonderful and amazing as what my brother and his wife pulled off with my nephew this past weekend. It's not a competition, but we're very excited about what we've got planned.
Who do you think yours will be better than his?
Yes. You weren't gonna let me off the hook till I said that.
Did Ira use his influence inside the industry, the tease and bump unit, to get videos done for his son?
That's funny that you mentioned that. There was a Sports Center piece done.
Yeah.
They showed
what were the luminaries in this. Explain the piece.
Yeah, basically they used the Sports Center set, and they had a few different ESPN people congratulating my nephew Daniel on his bar mitzvah. They did a piece. Jonathan Coachman did some kind of intro where they had it was on the Sports Center set. They had a picture of Daniel, and it looked like they were about to do this feature, this piece.
This bar mitzvah is terrible. Imagine if Stephen A. was there.
That would have been awesome. But they actually showed the highlights of Daniel playing Little League Baseball and voicing over it and stuff, and they really put together this nice, well-produced piece. So I was impressed by that.
When you were watching that, did it feel like the piece was more about your nephew Daniel or more about your brother Ira?
That's a great question. You know what I'm going to say to that? I'm going to say I honestly believe it was more about Daniel and not showing off his Sports Center and ESPN connections.
It didn't feel.
However, the opposite will probably hold true come Saturday, October 3rd, that unfortunately, it'll look...
Look at what I did.
Yes, it'll look a lot less like, wow, look what they did for
Look at
Jordan,
what I did.
and more for Guess Who I Know.
What if I said that one of these two things...
I'm just throwing it on the table.
Sometimes at major events, things don't go well.
Yeah.
There's other events, like there's a luncheon, there's a dinner, there's an after party.
There's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of little details.
What would be the last thing you'd like to get messed up? Let's say the food was really bad, like just something went wrong, or the video didn't play.
By far, if there was a glitch in the video or something was a technical problem, I would consider the whole night a failure.
But you can still show it to them later. Let's say it didn't show in front of the people, but you can show them later at home.
No, it's all about...
No pressure on the audio-video guy there.
The whole... I've been looking...
You're not pressing the button, are you?
No, thank goodness. I'm staying away from all that, me and technology. But my wife and I, especially myself, I'm looking forward to when we show the video and the pictures and all the stuff with family and kids and as babies. I'm going to be staring at Jordan and his friends probably the whole time just to see their reaction.
What if they're out playing, like throwing the ball around, don't want to really watch
I've made it very clear to the people in charge, and there are people that are paid to make sure everything runs smoothly and get everybody where they need to be. Here's the cocktail hour here. We're going to serve the food. Here's time to dance and do the whole to make sure everybody's in place and paying close attention to the
All right. Congratulations, Daniel, from the Boxcar. We all love you very much. All right, coming up, not only a big weekend in sports, it was a big weekend in entertainment as well. Taking home the Emmy for Best Actor. There's the Ram 1500 Eco Diesel. Any truck can climb a hill, haul a trailer, or tow a boat. Not every truck is the most fuel-efficient half-ton truck on the road. Get more facts at ramtrucks.com. Guts, glory, Ram, Mazel Tov, Daniel. We are back here on the box score. It was a weekend of luminaries, most of them at Fritzy's nephew's Bar Mitzvah, but the Emmys were last night. McLovin, what were some of the big surprises?
Well, Marshawn Lynch couldn't really get anything on the ground. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Did you not hear the question, or did you not watch the game?
Did you not watch the Emmys?
What were the big surprises at the Emmys? I'm not sure what the big surprises at the Emmys.
Did you watch it?
I caught like 5 minutes of it, and Al Kittredge was winning an award.
I didn't see a single. I didn't even know they were on, and then I just like looked at Twitter and saw like red carpet stuff, and I was like, oh, I guess something's happening.
I saw Jay Glazer was at the Emmys.
Do you guys ever find it weird that who's watched like the Academy Awards but not gone to any movies?
Oh yeah.
You watch the award show for movies that you haven't seen. That's odd.
I usually wait for either there's a movie I really want to see, or you wait for the announcement of the nominations or like whatever, and then you're like, oh, those are the 5 movies I got to see.
In recent years, I could say I've seen like anywhere from 0 to like 1 or 2, and that's just, back many years ago, maybe when it was all about Rocky and Jaws and everything, I could say that I could actually understand and appreciate who won and who didn't win, or if I'd actually be upset if my movie didn't win. But almost all the movies I've never seen, so it's hard to get.
By the way, I want to get this off before we go back to Brock. You have to bring in the Bar Mitzvah video the day after the Bar Mitzvah and play it on the air here. You know this, right?
We can do that.
It's mandatory.
I think it's been a storyline long enough that we have to.
It's guaranteed, right?
I don't have a problem with that.
Is that a yes?
No, I'm just trying to figure out the length of it and how that would.
You let us worry about that.
It's in the 20 ballpark.
20 minutes?
No, but there's a lot of pictures and I don't want to give it away. There's a lot of pictures and stuff like that.
20 minutes?
Oh my God.
It'll be worth your while, but at that point, hopefully there'll be food on the
I'm going to change the name of this show to Jordan's Bar Mitzvah, and you could work on video.
I have to make sure that everybody's got food and drink so that they're not like, if those that are bored of seeing pictures of, Jordan and Lindsay when they were 5 and 2 or something. But yeah. But my brother's was about the same. And being competitive, I have to make sure mine's at least 1 second longer.
Of course.
1 second longer. The kid's going to be able to vote by the time that video's over. All right, well, the Emmys were last night, and these guys in the back row could have got one for their performance. Let's call it Injury in Austin.
I'll be the coach on the sideline, and then you're yelling, and it's like, and then you get ready to.
Okay. All right. So wait, I'm running inside.
Yeah. Fever.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're faking vertigo?
Yeah. I got a fever.
Oh, I've got a touch of vertigo. I can't go on.
It's hard not to prove.
Yeah, that's right, fever. They don't have a baseline for vertigo.
I was like fainting.
Okay, good.
Vertigo.
Who's next? Fritzy, you want to give it a shot? Okay.
Oh, he got shot.
Okay.
He got shot.
First of all, Andrew was like, if you watch like an old movie.
Was that Gone with the Wind?
Yeah, right. Like an old Southern woman. Like, oh dear, touching the vertigo. Oh.
That's what I said. It said Scarlett O'Hara right next to it.
It was very funny. It was 1930s dramatic kind of running in. Is like looking at the coach. What do you want me to do? All right.
Yeah, Fritzy was good too. Fritzy had a little bit of enough of a wobble to say, oh, he's definitely losing it.
He had like 2 a.m. drunken sort of.
Yeah.
I think it was more me trying to fall down the stages so I wouldn't hurt myself on the hardwood floor than really as far as the acting of exactly how it should go and looking like I got shot. I was like, okay, I'm gonna fall now. Slowly.
Yeah, that was great. You look like a woman with the attack of the vapors, as they say down there in the South. Fritz, you've been getting a lot of praise for your acting lately. Have you had any offers outside of Adam Sandler's, maybe to do an independent film?
I can honestly say I've had absolutely zero offers. I played an evil character named Boris Bordenoff in high school, in a high school sing at Abraham Lincoln High School in Brooklyn, where I wore a cape, and I was part of the evil group. And the only thing that was good about that was there was 2 very attractive high school girls that were part of our trio of evildoers.
Too bad you don't remember their names.
That would be Lydia Bianco and Marie Fiocco. And I really liked
Bianco and
Lydia.
Fiocco sounds like.
Yeah, I was with my little Italian friends who were very hot. Especially Lydia Bianco, if you're out there, what could have been.
What could have been?
You
All
missed
right.
out on this.
Yeah.
You missed out on this.
She went with Michael Volpicelli and said, "What are you gonna do?"
What
He's
a
playing
punk.
football.
Volpicelli, really?
But he was tall, slim.
What a
didn't
punk
care
ass.
about schoolwork so much.
How
He
many
was
beat
one-
writers has he booked?
Exactly. But, I was the one writing extra credit book reports. That's not hot.
Yeah.
There's nothing sexy about that.
In your face, Botticelli. All right, stick around. The guys are going to do battle with pen and paper. It's the mock headline next. Welcome back to Box Scores. Guys, it was a wild and wacky weekend out there. A lot happened, and of course our producers went through and found the finest of all the headlines. Let's see what these guys can do with it in this week's
Mock Headline Battle Royale.
You know the rules. I give you a headline, you give me a mock headline. First headline, number 2 Alabama upset at home by 15th ranked Ole Miss. The Rebels' first win at Tuscaloosa since 1988. Paulie, start us off.
I was going to go with Tuscaloosa, but that's too easy, so I went with a little Blondie shout-out. The tide must be high if they think they're winning anything this year.
Yeah! Well done.
Love the Tide.
Love it.
Nice.
Love Blondie.
Hats off to Debbie Herring. All right, McLovin.
Oh, we have doubles.
Back to back.
Go ahead,
belly
Andy.
to belly.
Wait, am I up?
Yes.
The tide is high if they think they can beat Rebel Yell on the 1980s pop charts
I
or
just
the
got
AP
busted.
poll.
You know
what up to them?
You know what? It might be a better headline, but it suffers from going second.
But it's a little different. I think they
I think
can both exist in the same universe.
Actually, Rebel Yell works, but
This is going to be terrible for me.
Well, yeah.
Oh, no, do we triple up on Blondie?
All right, Fritzy.
Go, have Todd
Might as
go.
well go
Have Todd
next.
go.
Because I've got Rebel Yell. We're not idolizing the Tide like we used to.
Oh, snap.
Wow. See, you have a lot of pressure on you to go with that.
on Facebook, you're the Winklevoss twin.
This is amazing.
Yeah, finish
Believe
this
it
off.
or not, I have to go to the 80s pop chart for mine as well. And not only that, I'm going to ask Todd Fritz to give me a little musical accompaniment here.
Say it isn't so, it isn't so.
Daryl Balls and John Scroats feeling testy as Rebs roll tide.
Oh,
Scroats.
Say it isn't so.
Daryl
that
Balls and
changes
John
the
Scroats.
manscape completely.
John Scroats.
Save
All
it
right,
isn't so.
second headline.
It isn't so.
Say it isn't so. Eagles fall to
Save
0-2
it.
after losing to a banged-up Cowboys squad. Seton, you're up.
Chip Smelly. Oh! Fans think this offense stinks.
I got something in there too. Oh, this is terrible.
Oh, this is crazy.
Oh, Paulie with a look of
You know
consternation.
what
What
it
do
is?
you
We've
have?
all run out of ideas.
I may just tap. Chip Smelly, Eagles stink.
Call that the word.
Yeah.
Fritzy, what do you have?
Yeah, I got an odor-related one here. Keep a stiff upper chip, things not ducky, and fill a smell for you.
Okay. More to it.
Philadelphia.
More to it.
Fantastic. McLovin, bring up the rear.
All right, mine doesn't. The one I went with is to mark my words, this team stinks. But I did write on my paper, bend, don't break, Franklin. Like a bend, don't break defense. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bend, don't break.
It's good that you had two bad ones for one.
Yeah.
Our
To mark
third
my
headline.
words.
Johnny
mark my
Manziel throws 2 TDs to Kelvin Benjamin and Brown's 28-14 win over the Titans. McLovin, right back at you.
Okay, it's all about the Benjamins. Johnny throws a pass to Travis, not Kelvin, as you and the producer said in this headline.
Oh, no. This is terrible. We all have the same thing.
And a smattering of applause. Seton, your submission.
What in the manzy hell is going on out there? Can Johnny actually play football? Not likely.
Pretty.
Manziel. Manziel.
You gotta pick Manziel.
Manziel. They're not gonna take Manziel
Got
right
big
here. This is
Manziel
crazy.
under Paulie.
Come on down to Cleveland town, everyone. For 3 hours on Sunday, we didn't feel like we suck. Great.
Oh, beautiful. Fritzy.
Oh, boy.
I had you the Manziel. Titans won't forget. It's all about the Benjamin. Copy.
The crowd finally
Delayed.
enters their judgment. All right, fourth and final headline. Jon Hamm finally wins Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actor in his role in the hit show Mad Men. Fritzy, it's all yours.
Finally.
Glad men, fellow cast members, happy to see colleague hamming it up. Smothering?
McLovin.
Pick it.
Is this something about his large penis?
You can do this.
Is anyone else acknowledging
Can
that?
I just say, true story, okay? There is a Twitter account called Jon Hamm's Penis that once tweeted at my wife, "I'm winking at you."
All right, Ham's big win, a long shot. Urban legend must be true. As long as you open, someone said it for me, we're good.
All right, Paulie.
Kosher Ham, Gentile actor Russia shines at Emmys.
Oh, what a
Snag
high
of the
holy.
week. Little shout out.
That's great.
That's great.
Working
Thank you.
the high holy days.
Gentile actor.
Very easy. Very topical.
McClellan's always dismissive when I make any Jewish humor.
That's pretty good, though.
This is
This
Mashugana.
is useless. I don't
See
know
and
why
wrap
I'm
it up.
saying this right now.
Bring it home.
Well, after all of that talk, I don't know why I could say. We're mad, man. Our long national nightmare is over. Jon Hamm finally wins an Outstanding Actor Emmy.
Catches a break.
Act our long national night.
Well, it says Jon Hamm finally wins an Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actor. I mean, hello, it's
He was
long.
I thought you meant like long national.
Long
Our
national.
long nightmare is over. Oh, yes. Coxswain. All right, our winners of the Mock Headline Belt. It's everyone.
Winner.
Everyone wins. I
We
can't
can hit
take
the
the
panel with their tape.
Everyone wins, including you at home.
That's right.
Except you at home.
All right. Don't go away. We wrap up week 2 of the Football Night in America Challenge. But first, this is the box score. And we're taking a break to remind you that the Ram Heavy Duty, with its best-in-class towing, torque, and horsepower, doesn't need one. Guts, glory, Ram. We are closing up shop here on the box score. Last night's rematch of the NFC Championship game did not disappoint. Two quarterbacks dueling it out for God's love. But we weren't worried about the quarterbacks. We were concerned about the running backs and who would rack up the most yardage. Let's find out who came out on top in this week's
The Danet Football Night in America Challenge.
All right, we were going to give you 1 point if you told us which running back had the most yardage, whether it was Eddie Lacy or Marshawn Lynch. And of course, 2 points for closest to the pin. And here's how it went down. Lacy actually went down pretty early, so it was Marshawn Lynch that ran for the most at a whopping, I don't know how he had time to rack this up, 41 yards on the night. So that's 1 point for Paulie and 1 point for McLovin. But the man who came closest to the hole was Paulie with 105 yards for Lynch. So that's 3 points for Paulie. How does it feel to be the big winner this week, Paulie?
It feels almost exactly like if you told me that I got no points for that. You know, we actually had a topic we were talking about based off Jon Hamm. Would you rather be known for having a larger unit and have an average size unit, or be known like Howard Stern is for having a smaller size unit and you're actually just a normal full-size guy? Which would you rather be known for? And the other thing be the truth.
Well, why don't you? You're implying that the two have to be different. Like, why can't it be like me, where I'm known for both being big and actually being big?
That's not the question.
I don't know that it's known out there. I don't know.
It's not even known here.
Yeah.
Back to you, Brock.
Well, okay, that being said, I don't know if these may be actual measurements. Paulie and McLovin on the leaderboard with 5. Is that, no, Paulie and C both have 5.
That's normal.
So,
That's normal to have 5.
McLovin got out of the water, so he has 3, and I mean, poor Fritzy and I, we are registering. I believe this may be vaginal, but I'm not sure. When will we ever score in this game, Fritzy?
That's tough. I have this history of getting like 0 points for the season. I'm very concerned about how these things are playing out. It's like those 0-2 teams that you're waiting for them to wake up and get out of the basement. But I have no reason to believe that I'm going to get much more than 0 points as the season progresses here.
Well, as they say, we're growers, not showers. Fritzy, who's on tomorrow?
Matty Ice, Matt Ryan of the 2-0 Atlanta
Would you rather be a grower or a shower?
Will be joining us. They're getting ready for the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas over the weekend. I'm stretching because that's our only guest right now. Matt Ryan, Falcons quarterback.
Ooh, two one-syllable names. That stinks.
Fantastic. Thank you, gentlemen. I don't know how much of the show ended up on the editing room floor. Probably a lot of it. We are back tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern, right here on Audience Channel 239. The podcast available on iTunes or at podcast1.com. Cheers, Daniel. Mazel tov.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you because I probably am.
Hey, thanks for watching the box score. Holy cow!